Well, good evening, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this July the 12th, 2023. I'm hoping everybody had a great Wednesday afternoon. Hope everybody has a great Wednesday evening. Hope everybody continues to stay safe and well, and also enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. Okay, in today's video, we're going to be talking about your forecast for Thursday and Friday. We're going to take a look at the weather radar across the nation. Also, we're going to take a look at the watches, warning, and advisory map for your location. Also, we're going to take a look at the Storm Prediction Center overview and the storm reports that came in today. And also, we're going to take a look at the tropics as well, as we do have a system that has a 50-50 shot at becoming tropical depression number 5 and then becoming tropical storm Dawn. So, we'll dive into that toward the end of the broadcast. So if you like my daily forecast content, would you do me a favor? Smash that subscribe button and also like these videos. Also share them with people on social media. That would be great as well. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get on. We're gonna go ahead and get the show started here, folks, and we're gonna dive on into the forecast now. Okay, as you can see, we got high pressure in charge from Quebec, Canada, toward Montreal and Toronto, Canada. Back toward the south and southwestern portion of Canada as well, toward the Vancouver region. Also Seattle, Washington, you're included in fair weather conditions. Also we got high pressure in charge from Idaho back to Wyoming, also back to west of Denver, Colorado, back in Arizona. Also Los Angeles and San Francisco, you're included in Oregon as well for quiet conditions. Gulf of California as well. Portion of northern Mexico and central Mexico as well. Also down into portions of the Dallas, Houston area and western portion of Louisiana. Expect dry conditions there as well. Alright, right along the Canadian-U.S. border, extending from portion of northern Idaho through Montana all the way to Minnesota. Showers and thunderstorms also expected for you guys as well. Also down toward portion of northeast Wyoming to Denver, Colorado. Back down into portion of Arizona, New Mexico, right along the U.S.-Texas border. Also New Mexico and Arizona border as well. Also, we got more showers and storms extended through Oklahoma, through Kansas, Nebraska, South Dakota, North Dakota, back to Missouri, down towards eastern Louisiana to the Gulf of Mexico, including the Panhandle of Florida. Also down to the, Florida Keys, and up to Miami, Florida, through to Georgia, toward the Atlanta metro area, also through the Carolinas, up to Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, also up to New York, and also into Boston, and on up toward Maine as well. Alright, red slashed areas up here, portion of Maine all the way back into New York State, where y'all been hit hard by a lot of rain. Heavy rain and flash flooding still expected in that region for the next couple of days that I can see. Alright, we got more heavy rain and some severe weather possible from portion of northeast Kentucky all the way into western Pennsylvania and also into Virginia as well for your Thursday. Okay, here's a look at your forecast for Friday. As you can see, we still got quiet conditions extending from Quebec, Canada to Montreal, Toronto, Canada. Much of the southern portion of Canada back to Vancouver, Canada region and the southwestern areas there. Also into Seattle, Washington, back to portion of Montana, all the way back into portion of Idaho and also into Wyoming, also Colorado, Arizona, also over toward Los Angeles and San Francisco area as well, up toward Oregon, Gulf of California. You're under high pressure control, also northern and central Mexico, over toward Dallas and Houston, and much of Louisiana there as well. Alright, we got a little bit of shower and thunderstorm activity right here in northern Montana, right there near the Canadian-U.S. border. Again, from portions of North Dakota all the way to Minnesota, back to the Great Lakes region, along the Canadian-U.S. border. Showers and storms there. Extending all the way through North Dakota, South Dakota, Wyoming, back to New Mexico, portions of northern portions of Mexico as well, right along the Arizona, Oklahoma, all the way down to Mississippi, down to the Florida Keys, including the Miami area, through Atlanta, Georgia, through Columbia, South Carolina, all the way up to Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, New York, Boston, all the way up to Maine, all the way back over towards Chicago, Illinois, and Wisconsin regions as well. In the red slashed area here, portions of Connecticut all the way into Maine and New York State. Also into Vermont and New Hampshire. Flash flooding possible, heavy rain possible as well. Same again over here in portion of Kentucky all the way back to portion of Kansas. Yellow slashed area there with Kansas there. Some severe weather is possible in that region for your Friday. Okay, let's take a look at the weather radar across the nation. As you can see, we got widespread showers and storms up here, portions of Newfoundland and also up towards Nova Scotia. Same over here in portions of southern Canada, all the way back to the through Montreal and Toronto, Canada area, and also back over into portions of the Great Lakes region. Scattered activity up here in portions of Indiana and Illinois. Also, we got more widespread showers up here in Minnesota. Also moving into northern Iowa and out of South Dakota. Also right along the showers and storms there. Also got more widespread showers and storms over here in portions of Montana, North Dakota, western South Dakota. Scattered activity over Wyoming. We got scattered activity over portions of Utah over toward Colorado. A little bit more widespread in Arizona and New Mexico, northern Mexico as well. A little bit of scattered activity in Arkansas, in Mississippi, moving into Alabama. Scattered activity over the Gulf of Mexico, and also in the Atlantic coastal water just north of the Bahamas. Also some scattered activity through Florida, Georgia, South Carolina as well. Puerto Rico looks pretty good. Got some showers to your south. Got some more widespread showers and storms on the western portion of Cuba. The Hawaiian Chain Island got some scattered showers around you guys. Scattered showers, maybe a thunderstorm or two in portions of Alaska. And Guam showers around the island there as well. Alright, we're going to move on to the watches warning. Okay, here we go. Sorry about that, folks. My computer's acting up a little bit. Alright, we got these flood watches in effect for portion of Vermont and also over toward New York State. Still got those flood warnings also in effect from portions of New Hampshire over to Vermont all the way down into portions of Connecticut. Also we're in portions of Pennsylvania. Flood watches also in effect for portions of central and southern Michigan. Also over here in central portions of Mississippi as well. We got some air quality alerts over here in portions of Pennsylvania and also portions of the Washington D.C. area and Maryland and Northern Virginia areas and East Virginia as well. We got in effect portions of Illinois, also up in the northwestern portion of Indiana. We got excessive heat voltages, heat advisory for southern Florida, southern Louisiana, much of Arkansas, northwestern portion of Mississippi, western Kentucky, southern portion of Missouri, also central and southern portions of Kansas, western Oklahoma, much of Texas, also portions of New Mexico, also northeastern and eastern portions of Arizona, western and southern portions of Oregon, and also in northern California and along the mountain range there of California there as well. Alright, we got excessive heat warnings in effect for much of Oklahoma, also a little bit right there in western Arkansas, much of central and eastern Texas. We got a couple counties in western Texas, also portions of southeastern New Mexico, southern portions of Arizona, western Arizona, southern and western portions of Nevada, and much of California there as well. Excessive heat watches are in effect for portions of Utah and also central portion of Nevada. We've got more air quality alerts over portions of northern Nevada. Not northern Nevada, northern Colorado, excuse me. And also we got some wind advisory for portions of Montana, still river flood warning still in effect for portions of South Dakota and Nevada, And also we got a little flood advisory up here in portion of Washington State. We got special weather statements across portion of Alaska, central and southern portion of Hawaiian Chain Island. Got some gale warnings there. North side looks a-okay. Alright, let's move on to the Storm Prediction Center overview. Forecast page. Okay, as you can see, we got general thunderstorm from portion of Maine all the way down to the Florida Key, including the Carolinas, also over toward Louisiana, Texas, all the way back into New Mexico and Arizona, and also a little bit over in the Pacific Northwest. Marginal risk extending all the way from portion of Kansas, Nebraska, all the way to Maine. You got a slight enhanced risk over here in portions of the Midwest, up into the Great Lakes regions. Excuse me. Also, we got a tornado watch also in effect for you guys up in portions of Illinois and Indiana. We'll get to that in just a moment. Convective outlook, that's pretty much what you're seeing there on that. We got two enhanced risks. One's over northern Illinois and the other one's over here in portion of Missouri and also over in portion of Nebraska as well. Alright, current watches in effect. That's where the watches are in northeast Illinois, also over here in northwestern Indiana, a little bit of the coastal waters there off the Illinois coast. The MDS discussion, here's one little right over Missouri, said a watch is unlikely, but there may be some damaging winds and some large hail in that area. Storm reports, currently as of this recording, tornado report, we had 0. So that's good with hours today, and so that brought the total number to 24. So the wind report was over southeast Louisiana, also eastern Florida, up here in the Pennsylvania, New York State, also up in the Maine, also over here in portions of Iowa, northern portion of Missouri, and also southern and southeastern portions of Nebraska. Fire weather, still got that ISO dry spot over here in portion of northern portions of New Mexico and also into Colorado. Still got that elevated risk over portions of Utah, northwestern Arizona, and southeastern portions of Nevada. And oh, okay. This was at 2 p.m. this afternoon. Nothing really have changed since I forecasted it earlier. Still got that 50% chance for next 48 hours, next 7 days. You seen in my earlier video this afternoon. If you have not, check it out. I go in more detail about what to expect. I do expect this system to become a tropical depression. Should be in the next day or two. And also should become Tropical Storm Dawn as well. So stick around, and like I say, just watch that video and you'll get a chance to see what I explained in that video. And also, I have not mentioned too much about tropical. We got Tropical Storm Calvin over in the Eastern Pacific. Calvin is strengthening, forecast to become a hurricane tonight in that region. Currently, the location, if you're tracking it, is 12.8 north. Longitude is 113.8 west. Movement was to the west at 17 miles per hour. Minimum central pressure 1,000 millibars, and the maximum sustained winds are at 65 miles per hour as the last advisory at 11 a.m. Hawaiian Standard Time. Alrighty, well, I hope everybody enjoyed this video. Hope everybody continue to stay safe and well. Also enjoy the weather, because it's the only weather you got. Like these videos, share these videos, and we'll catch you back in the next one.